Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First, I would like to use this opportunity to thank our partner city, Brașov, for inviting us and providing us with this opportunity to present our city and some achievements or good examples we have done so far. Of course, learning a lot today and all these days, learning a lot, first of all, from Brașov, but also from other speakers who have let us know many interesting and great things and initiated many ideas in us. My colleague Mladen is here also, and we will share this presentation. Unusual, I would say, so far towards other presentations, we will give you an input how the city of Bijeljina has started with understanding sustainable development in general, which of course consists of 3 pillars, out of which one is also the pillar, thank you, of ecologic development. So we started with a very interesting project with our partner city in Langenhagen in Germany, where we got to know more details about Agenda 2030. And as I could see in a couple of presentations yesterday and also today, SDGs were mentioned as a kind of framework. Bijeljina in 2017 already started understanding very well what sustainable development means. And as somebody here already said, during these days, the partnership is very important, that the city administration, without its partners, like the private sector, like the civil sector and academia, but also its citizens, can do nothing which can be sustainable. So we started with a survey asking people whether they know about what sustainable development means and how they can contribute. It turned out that over 90% did not have any idea about what it was. So we saw that we have to act. In our opinion, it is very important to take on board everybody, all these sectors, and that's what we can do only if we raise awareness and inform people about the substance. So we did a lot of trainings. We did a concept for SDG awareness raising and trained a number of people from all these sectors throughout the past years. We also did that not only in Bijeljina but also in whole Bosnia and Herzegovina, where we come from, being aware that the development of only 1 or 2 local communities in one country cannot lead forward. We have to join forces, all of us. So that's what we started, and by now, after 5 years of this work, Bijeljina has been recognized by the SDG Council of Bosnia and Herzegovina as the most progressive city in promoting and achieving sustainable development goals. We also adjusted our development strategy with SDGs, with Agenda 2030, that was followed by the SAMP establishment of the Sustainable Urban Development Plan, being aware that this area we have not tackled enough. And that's what we got to know also through contact with our citizens, who we are surveying on a regular basis, many of our citizens on different topics. Today we are under the topic citizens engagement, and we really believe only that together with them we can make our work plans properly and can develop our city in the way that people stay. Because we in Bosnia, I don't know how it is in Romania, but in Bosnia we have a great problem that smart and intelligent, educated young people are leaving the country. You all know that we had a war 25 years ago, that we are complicated politically, etc. But young people are leaving, so we definitely might face a future with many young people having left the country and with elderly people being there. So we have to do, as I like to say, turbo activities jointly with them in order to have them stay. We also had the opportunity then to, with such an approach and with the inclusion of citizens, we also were mentioned in the first report of Bosnia and Herzegovina about implementation of SDGs at the UN Assembly. Basically we also became members of the Global Forum for Advisory Bodies of SDGs, which also enables us to learn, to share our experience, and to apply newly gained knowledge in our community. So here you can see a couple of photos. We based our presentation mainly on photos which tell more than 1,000 words, basically, as Agenda 2030 puts the human being in the center of development. That's how we take it, really. And we are trying to use all means to survey our citizens and to act in accordance with them. We also have certain partner groups, again based on 3 pillars of sustainable development. We have a partner group for economic development, for social development, and ecological development, where we tried to engage all our experts, all our NGOs, our private sector citizens who are good in this area in order to help us how to create our plans and how to develop the city. Here we are trying to reach young people. These are these electronic ways, how to engage them also in surveying. And you can see various topics which we are working on. Now a couple of sentences about this awareness raising training which we did with many people, over 400 people only in Bijeljina we have trained, so that they come on board and join us in our accomplishments. And regardless of COVID-19, you all remember what the beginning of COVID was, we continued our activities and also did it for 26 municipalities in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Another way of promotion of Agenda 2030 and raising awareness is also promotion materials which we have done, and we have put them up in our city so everybody is aware that something is going on, that they try to look at the internet what it means, those who are not aware of it, and also sharing these materials with our partners, external and internal. Projects and all activities which we are conducting are based on partnership. We are trying to involve actively, especially the private sector, because all of us know that the private sector is the driver of local progress or local economic development, and these are a couple of projects which we have conducted in cooperation with all sectors. An inclusive playground, for example, which we did not have until a few years ago in Bijeljina, where children with and without disabilities can use this playground equally and socialize from the first stage, basically, of their age. So another issue which is interesting in this project, I will mention only this as an example. Before we did this inclusive playground, we had a playground which had to be paid in order to have children play. So can you imagine now those children and those families who do not have enough money to pay for their children? This was unequal access, so we changed that, and we also made accessible our park to all, to wheelchairs and all other gadgets which should be able to enter. So this is something which is really very important. Here we have also some pictures which point out our activities when we go into green. Then it is also very important to mention that we use the opportunity of European Mobility Week, which takes place from the 16th to the 22nd of September, which is in a few days, approaching us, and we are marking it in Bijeljina, providing citizens of various age with different activities, at the same time raising awareness about how important it is to use active ways of moving, but not only that, also to make our city green and raising awareness about the protection of environment. So these are these days when really active campaign is going on, and we put on board also from children again until elderly age. Inclusion, as I already said, for us is very important because we see there a big gap which we can really overcome by joining forces and doing some projects where we can show that some things which are different can be a value and are a value and not handicap. What we have also done in order to keep our young people in our city and to provide our private sector with new skills is this Innovation Center for Sustainable Development, INSOR, which we have opened only in February this year, and so far have trained 62 representatives of entrepreneurs and private companies in digital skills, in various modern skills, which we learned are very attractive after having COVID, as all of us know now that we have to have some other skills in order to be competitive at the market. So this is also another place where we are raising awareness about all these issues which are very important. Environment protection, some projects which are very important for the strategic development of our city, and are trying to engage young people to help us in deciding on how we should implement certain projects and which kind of projects we should do. In that way, we think that they will consider themselves a part of the city, a part of a big team, of a big family where they are really needed. Already said, basically, as we were one of the most polluted cities last year, we had to act, and that's how the strategic concept Green Bijeljina was established. Here we have some activities which have been allocated based on the survey with the citizens, and what we are piloting currently, we are coming now to the topic which is actual 4 days here, what we are piloting currently is basically this feasibility study and financial mechanisms to be in its end phase, to be conducted for the city of Bijeljina, to see how we can do, how much money is needed, and in phases to systematically approach the decarbonization process that is being conducted with external assistance, of course, with UNDP, which we cooperate very closely in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Then the fuel switch residential buildings, which is very important, having in mind that in Bijeljina we have many individual households, and the majority of these households still is using coal for heating. So that is one of the main pollution targets, which has to be as soon as possible decreased. So this is going on, and subventions are being provided from the city budget to help citizens to overcome this issue. This year piloted, next year in full capacity. Then energy efficiency audits, which we have conducted throughout the past 3 years for all public buildings which we have in Bijeljina, preparing the ground for action, concrete action, because without this energy efficiency audit, we do not have a basis. So now we know exactly which public building needs how much involvement, what has to be replaced in order to do it to become energy efficient. And we have started already implementing all these measures. And the establishment of a new inclusive park is something which we saw is very needed in accordance with what the citizens said, that they need more chill areas, more areas for rest. So besides small areas, which we are doing in Bijeljina, we decided to make a new big park, which is 14,000 square meters, and that's how it should look like. And why is it different from the park we already have and what we saw everywhere is basically it should be inclusive. And that's to have a part which provides full capacity for people with and without disabilities, to have this area, to have a playground for children with and without disabilities, to have a place for elderly people, because in Bijeljina, again, we are not taking so much care as we should about elderly people. They do not have many opportunities to live their life or to increase the quality of their lives. So that's what we have to work on. And there will be also an area for elderly people who will be able to have their part there. That's what we have planned. And I think our time has already passed because we had 15 minutes, we already took 20. We are very grateful for this, and I will stop here awaiting your questions. Only one sentence more. We are doing this all because we love our city and we believe in our future, and our children shall not leave our city. Thank you very much for your attention.